Ball teed up for Becker on the left hash at his own 40, and he boots it away, caught by Lawrence at his own 8. Gets across the 25, falls forward to the 26, and that's where Holtzman and company will get another shot.
Once again, not too shabby of a return unit we have. I mean, some blocks were thrown, some blocks were missed. I mean, it happened in high school football, but man, you could see some potential there as some holes were available, but they just closed too fast for Lawrence to get to.
7-0 Coffeeville scored on 2 plays on their first drive after Labette went 3 and out on theirs. 9:44 first quarter.
Yeah, whatever happened, you run the first play with Kendall Holtz on a run. Jamal hasn't touched the ball yet. It's whatever. You try to trick play second down, you put yourself in a bad situation on third down. It happens. You were taking a shot. You were trying to put this Golden Tornado defense on their heels. It just didn't work out. So now you're going to get Jamal the football on this drive. You have to.
Trips right in a bunch formation. Ball's on the right hash. Here's a give to Jamal, and he's met by a cloud of black jerseys and a loss of 1, maybe 2 on the play for Jamal Jackson. Is instant impact for Coffeeville on the other side of our offensive line right off the snap.
Yeah, and they blitzed the linebacker off the edge there, and I was curious as if he was offsides or not. I don't know if you saw, he kind of jumped before the snap. So he was clean, but he got in there and made initial contact on Jamal off the edge.
It is 2nd and 11. Holtzman, decent protection, flings it left side, caught at the 27-yard line by the intended receiver, Barrett Heston. Takes me just a moment to see who it is. I apologize. I should know their body physique by now without their number, but it's still hard to see from up here what their body looks like.
Yeah, just great ball by Kendall from the opposite hash to put that outside where only Barrett could get it. Only short completion, but a nice play overall.
As I think Kendall got Coffeeville to jump that time. As you're right, on 3 out of 4 Labette County plays tonight, or out of 5 plays, Coffeeville's been antsy on all of them, as Kendall's given them just a little bit of a freeze count, not a full one, if you will, but they've been awful antsy, and a couple could have been called, but that one finally was. As that's big, that makes it 3rd and 3 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I don't know if their coaching staff told them all week we can time the snaps off the clock, which you really can't. So you can see them kind of creep up off the clock because it's not like a hut where the ball is instantly getting snapped. It's whenever the center, is ready to roll.
Kendall drops straight back, just flings it left side down the sideline, looking for Xavier Phillips, catches it, but is well out of bounds as Kendall had a guy in his face before he could take 2 steps back, and that was a decent pass from Kendall for having to get it off in under 2 seconds, well under 2 seconds.
Yeah, he put that in a great spot, and Xavier almost managed to get a foot in bounds for a big completion there. So Kendall's playing pretty good so far tonight, Jack, and that's going to always give the Grizzlies a chance in this ball game. Just got to find ways to move the chains and stay in front of the down marker.
Heston back to punt again. Cleats in the turf at his own 20, boots it away. Another nice one that's caught at the Coffeeville 40. Return man gets around the left edge, trying to get to midfield. Sheds Lawrence Holt, gets a nice block, and then Roper Whitley's there again on the special teams tackle to bring him down at his own 48. As that is Colbert on the return, John.
I didn't want to say it, but I didn't think it was him at first, but sorry, Jack, on that play, there was an illegal crackback block that should have been called on a Grizzly defender. I'm sorry, Jack. I watched
on
it
Coffeeville or Labette County?
On Coffeeville. I mean, they just smoked someone. I don't know the number or the name, but whoever that is, I'm sorry. I watched your pain as it happened.
John wants an illegal crackback block.
I mean, they'll call it any other time. That's all I'm saying, Jack.
First down and 10 for Coffeeville, moving right to left at their own 46. Ball on the left hash. They're looking for blood. Here's a deep pass from Ernie, and it's incomplete.
You know who the receiver is on the outside?
Jeremy Colbert.
Maybe that's why he hasn't got so many carries on the stat sheet, Jack.
I think you're right.
Move position says Turnstall has come back. I don't know if it was an injury or something kept him out last year, as Colbert did a nice job last year filling in for Turnstall.
As Colbert's been the special teams punt returner, and got a deep target there at the receiving position. He was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Jet sweep motion for Coffeeville. Halfback up the gut, gets it, bouncing left side across midfield, flirting with the 40. We'll see where they put it. And they're going to put it at the 43 for Coffeeville. Runner there was Tunstall.
And, man, you can see it. We're there in some spots to make some plays, Jack. It's just that youth and that lack of physical size out there killing us in the running game. As we're in positions to make plays, we just get taken out by the lineman or a blocker down the field. But the scheme's there, Jack. The scheme's there to be a dominant defense in this game.
Moves the chains for Coffeeville. Here's Ernie rolling out right, throws across his body, and it falls incomplete. As I'm going to take a guess, I can't even see. I'm going to guess that was Roper Whitley. And by the high fives being given, I think it was Roper. As, boy, it was in the hands of the intended target. And after that ball's touched, you can do pretty much anything you want but hit him in the head if you're a defender. And Roper did just that and jarred it loose.
Yeah, and if Ernie had processed that quicker, it was man-to-man across the board for that Grizzly defense. He had the outside guy come under on a slant route, and he kind of sat there. If he had looked down faster, it would have been a big gain for the NATOs. There's just some miscommunication in the Grizzly secondary.
Ernie doesn't throw the ball a lot. 50 pass attempts. That's his 52nd on the season through 5 games and a half quarter. 2 backs again, Shobe and Tunstall. Tunstall gets it around the right edge, sheds one tackle, and then another one gets him to the ground. Barrett Heston in there on the tackle. Gain of about 6, so 3rd down and 4. So you put yourself in a position, John, as we like to refer to it as.
Give yourself a chance to have a chance. Barrett did a nice job of filling that alley, regardless if it was a gain of 6 or not. I don't care. He made a stop on the run. He's a safety. He shouldn't be the one to do that, but he is. He was there. He made a play.
Zay Logan in the slot on the right side.
So yeah, you can kind of see this bouncing back and forth of the NATOs.
It's a Wildcat formation, if I'm not mistaken, with Shobe here in the Wildcat. It is. Shobe takes it, bounces around the right side, gets the first and more across the 30, tries to stay in, and is pushed out of bounds by Lawrence Holt, as it was a Wildcat set with Josh Shobe in there, getting the first down for Coffeeville, down to the Grizzly 26.
Another missed tackle. Kagan Bates had him initially, just unable to wrap him up. Lawrence did a nice job of blocking off that edge. Not really the edge, but not allowing him to break away, free down the field. But yeah, that motion, it creates a lot of different stuff for them. They saw several motions there in a man-to-man set. Forced the Grizzlies to really talk a lot.
7 minutes, first quarter, same set. Here's Shobe in a Wildcat, met at the line this time, but is able to churn his legs for just a few. 2nd down and 8, maybe a long 7 for Coffeeville. So Axel Ernie getting to take a breather as he comes back on, wearing a pink towel on his right hip.
So yeah, it's just, you're going to see a lot of the same sets from the NATOs, but they run a lot of different stuff out of it, whether Ernie's in the ball game or not. That's kind of a downgrade for the NATOs offense. It takes a lot of threats out if Ernie's not in the ball game.
Colbert Jr. split out to the right. Here's the snap, play action, pass across the middle, might be picked, and it almost was. Oh, it was picked! It looked like it was bobbled and dropped, but it's picked off by Barrett Heston. Here come the Grizzlies the other way, and he's brought down at the 20, and Labette County forces a big-time turnover on defense as Coffeeville was going to penetrate in the red zone, and Barrett Heston came up with a big-time pick.
Yeah, as a safety, he did a nice job on Zay Logan in the slot on the right side. Zay ran kind of a glance route, kind of like a slant post in between a knife, I guess if you want to call it that. But Barrett did a nice job of undercutting an underthrown ball. Not even an underthrown ball. It was just great defense, great coverage by Barrett to cut underneath and make an interception. An ability to recover on the play. He bobbled a little bit, managed to get it. So Barrett's really stepping up on both sides of the ball. He made a nice play earlier to bring it to 3rd down on the run.
Yep.
Now he's playing the pass pretty well. Great job by the sophomore safety.
1st and 10 Grizzlies at their own 20. They have 5 seconds to get this playoff. Ran on the field late. Now 2 seconds. Holt in motion. Here's the snap at 0. flips it out. Holt off the pass, has an edge.
Oh.
First down Grizzlies, 2 flags fly, and this one's going to come back. But still, a nice play for the Grizzlies.
Yep, and they're going to get a holding on Beef out there on the left side. Kind of got behind his guy and kind of grabbed him as the flag flew out right away. The play designs are there. It's just execution with the blocking, and that's a hard thing as a receiver. Sometimes you get a shifty defender out there. It can be hard to get your feet and your hands in front of them.
6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Coffeeville leads Labette 7-0. As they step off the penalty on the Grizzly offense, as you sure would love. It would just be so sweet to see Labette County drive down the field after an interception, reward that defense, and heck, stay in this game, as you're obviously not out of it, but it would just be nice to capitalize off of a turnover. 1st and 20 for the Grizzlies. 1st and 17, they say. Might have been a spot penalty. Here's a little screen dumped down to Barrett. Bit of a miscommunication there between Barrett and Kendall, and he drops it incomplete. He had room to run, John.
Yeah, as Kendall got rid of it too soon, and Chris Stevens, the big right guard, just wasn't able to get out of the way, and Barrett was sitting there like, come on, get out of the way. Let me go catch the ball, as Chris was kind of in the way, but that was just so quick. Can't really blame Chris there. Just wasn't able to develop fully.
Still some positivity being shown. It would have been a good screen play had it been caught. The previous play, had there been no hold, would have been a first. 2nd and 17, they give it to Jamal, just nowhere to go. Swarmed by Coffeeville off the jump, brought down after a minimal gain. Cool Lee in there, the junior linebacker for Coffeeville.
Yeah, despite the no gain, it was a great call by Argerbright to give the ball to Jamal Jackson on a run on 2nd and 17. You throw the ball twice there and get nothing, you're in the same position. You run the ball, you may get a little bit, help your punter out here and help your defense out.
Right. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Ball in the heart of the field. Labette moving left to right, backed up in their own territory. Kendall, good amount of time, throws over the top. Caught at the 26, and now you put yourself in a position to where you might be able to go for it on 4th. I mean, it looks like they're going to punt it away, which after your defense got a stop, arguably the smart play, but that was a beautiful ball from Kendall to Barrett.
Yep, it was Beef here on the right side.
Boy, he's played good.
Kendall did a nice job of putting the ball high enough out of the reach of 2 tornado defenders. I'll be honest, Jack, that's an elite throw by Kendall made there to keep the ball out of the Tornado's hands. Kendall, 2 years ago, wouldn't be able to make that throw. This Kendall, he's able to make that throw, so nice job from Holtzman.
4th and 4, 5:20 first quarter. Barrett gets another nice punt off, end-over-end kick, lands right at midfield, takes a hop in favor of Labette County, and it's picked up maybe a bit early by Jamal, as they're going to down it at the 46, as we'd like to thank a few sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store, Olson Ace Hardware, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris.
Yep, back in that cover, it's really just man-to-man across the board, as I'll let you take over here, Jack.
That's Coffeeville is going to give it up the middle. Solid gain of about 8, flirting with the 45 of the Grizzlies, as Coffeeville is in Labette County territory again. Josh Schob on the carry.
It's not really a man-to-man we're playing right now. It's more of a cover 4. It's what we always play quarters. So Kagan and Barrett, they got the 2 middle quarters. Lawrence and Nolan, they have the outside quarters of the field. And they have done a nice job so far tonight passing off receivers and talking this out.
Nolan Harity in single coverage at the bottom of your screen. Here's a give up the middle and met in the backfield this time, and nowhere to go is Aaron Tunstall. And he gained only about a yard, says the near line judge. So 3rd down and a long 2 for Coffeeville. Labette County's defense is allowing their presence to be felt.
Man, my breath about, got taken from me as I thought Tate missed the tackle there and Turnstall was going to break loose, but Tate did a nice job of hanging on there and made the play. Third down, Jack. Gave yourself a chance to have a chance here.
That's right. 3rd and 2, they say. 4:07 first quarter. Cool night here in Coffeeville. Coffeeville working into a slight north breeze right to left. Here's the snap. They're just going to run it up the gut, and Roper's there It's the first down's good for Neuenschwander. As for Labette County, on the initial contact was John Broadwell coming off of the edge.
You have some new faces on the defense making the plays. I know they played a lot of snaps, but that's the first play I've seen JB. I'm not dissing him or trying to talk down on him, but he hasn't played a lot of defense, and he made a nice play there. So some new faces on this Grizzly front for sure.
1st and 10 Coffeeville. Labette County defense rushing to get set. They do. Here's the snap. Give up the left side. Barrett Heston riding the back of Tunstall and carrying white jerseys is Tunstall all the way across the 30 to the 25.
And that one's good for another field kick.
Yeah, so that's one of those big plays there that could have been bigger if we didn't make a tackle there.
That was Joseph Neuenschwander on the carry, so a few different runners already. I have them all circled, so I should be good to go. Schob, Tunstall, and Neuenschwander have all carried the ball for Coffeeville. 1st and 10 at the Grizzly 25. Grizzlies in their road whites with red helmets, red stripes, and red numbers. Coffeeville in their home blacks with white helmets. As here's an offsides called on Labette County. Jumping just a touch early was Michael Reed. Puts both his hands interlocked on his helmet and knows the mistake he made. 1st and 5, Coffeeville in the red zone.
But we don't have a lot of those penalties, Jack.
No, we don't.
Our numbers are probably pretty low, next to none. I think that may be the first one that I can recall happening. So this is very disciplined defense from the Grizzlies.
The snap, counterplay right side. It goes to Schob this time. Tries to get to the second level and can't do it. Short gain of 3. So 2nd down and short coming up, but the Grizzly defense rallied on the ball quickly that time. Roper Whitley, Kagan Bates, Barrett Heston, a group of Grizzlies all get up.
Yeah, Cole Stevenson, a nice job of rushing over from that nose tackle position as we have a whistle from the white hat. Maybe one of the tornadoes are going down.
Injured Coffeeville player indeed. Certainly wish the best for the individual on the ground at the far side of the field on the 20-yard line. Coffeeville leads Labette County 7-0, 2:30 to go in the first quarter. We will be back in 1 minute. This is Grizzly Football.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
As the presumed player from John and I's best view for Coffeeville, take it with a grain of salt. It looks to be the ball carrier on the play, Josh Schob, John. I'll leave room for correction here as he comes closer to us, but I think it's Josh Schob coming off of the field with some help with people under his left and right arms.
It looks like he may have tweaked that right leg or foot area as he's kind of tender there, limping off. So a big blow for the NATOs, and we hope the best for him. We hope it's some minor or something he's able to shrug off and get back in the ball game, but best wishes to him and his family.
I think that's Shobe. I'm going to look as he sits down on the trainer's table here. But 2nd and short for Coffeeville. Here's the play, getting the first down. And more down inside the 10 is the ball carrier on that attempt.
Colbert.
Jeremy Colbert gets a touch.
There's a Colbert sighting, Jack, as he was a guy who really tore up this Grizzly defense for well over 100 yards last year. So NATO's not losing as much as you think they would with Shobe going out of the ball game.
As it is number 7, Josh Shobe, down there on the athletic trainer table. As here's a run blown up in the backfield by Labette County's defense, as they've had one of those about every other play.
Yeah, and that was John Broadwell making his presence felt again. As I would like to apologize, he's played most of the year so far, but he's really been coming on in this game. He's made a couple nice plays so far. It's a great job by JB, who he's someone who's battled through some adversity these past couple years, a couple injuries, broken something one year, broken something else. I don't know what I'm talking about, but he's missed some time. He's finally back
he's been
healthy,
hurt,
and he's been playing good on the offensive line and defensive line tonight.
As now Coffeeville, they can't get a first down, they have to score. So hopefully Labette County is a bend-don't-break defense.
Fumble.
The fumble, or the ball's on the ground after a missed snap. Labette County says that they have it, and they do. Labette County's defense comes up with turnover number 2. It wasn't the prettiest call by yours truly, but it was indeed a fumbled snap by Ernie, and Labette County dove on it. 1st and 10 Labette at their own 16, John.
Yeah, and despite how successful Coffeeville is on the ground, they're a turnover-prone team, as I'd like to see the numbers on that if someone ever has them on the turnovers, as that's something they've been known for these past couple years. It's not, it's a give and take. Sometimes your teams just don't take care of the ball very well, and the Tornadoes have not so far tonight.
As that was going to be a pass play, so both turnovers have been on a pass play for Coffeeville. Minute 15 first quarter, Coffeeville leads 7-0. Labette fresh off of a fumble. Here's a dump down that's caught by Jamal, and he's hit hard at the waist and is brought down by 2 Golden Tornado. And it's a loss of about 4, John, as, man, there's no plays downfield for Labette County. All of them are behind the sticks, and it's not their fault.
No, and that wasn't even one downfield. It's just a swing out to Jamal, which I like the idea of it. You motion your outside guy in, you suck that corner in, and you free Jamal up out there in space. So I really like the design of that one. But, man, I don't have a number, but whoever Coffeeville was on the edge shot down and nearly intercepted the ball for a pick 6.
2nd and long. Holtzman with time rolls out to his right. Sidearm fling, incomplete. Looking for Nolan Nash on the left side of the 25. Stops the clock at 33 seconds. Been a bit of a lengthy first quarter here in Coffeeville.
So you got to find some way to move the ball and thank your defense for the turnovers they've given you, as Labette has not got a first down so far tonight.
To me, I don't think you can throw a screen and then punt on 4th and 4.
No.
You've got to chuck this thing, try to get interference, maybe throw it on your team's sideline. Refs seem to be more prone to call interference on your sideline. And they throw it that way. Here's a loft, and Barrett was there, but it was over the head of Heston. Incomplete. Clock stops at 28 seconds. He was there. And, John, we watched Kendall for a while in warm-ups, and he was throwing the ball great, but all of the ones that weren't great were too far. And that one was over Barrett's head.
Yeah, one thing I've been noticing, over the season is with Kendall, if he takes a big shot before, which he took one on that little sidearm dump off to Nolan, usually the next one's probably going to be with some more oomph and is going to miss the target, as I don't know what it is. It's just something mentally maybe. It's just you take a big shot, like, man, I want to get this back, and you just miss your target.
Here's the snap. Not the best from Barrett, but takes a great bounce, and then it's fielded at the 43, around the edge, across the 30, and then flung out of bounds. That might draw a late flag.
It shouldn't. It was in his momentum. Simmer down, folks. As I know what that tackle is. You're right. You get a hold of him, and you're kind of wrapping around like a, I don't know what it is. Those little teacups, they spin around. You do that motion. You got a hold of them, and they go down. It's just the, I don't know the physics term for them. That centripetal acceleration of the ball carrier, just kind of carried him down to the ground, Jack. So it was a clean play, and I will stand on that one. So, yeah, if you're this Grizzly defense, you got to find a way to get another turnover. You got the ball game. It's a lower scoring game than what most folks thought. Most folks thought Tornadoes were going to come in here and, trample over the Grizzly defense, and they really haven't so far.
Ball at the 28, counterplay left side. Room to run and more across the 20. Another trip into the red zone for Coffeeville. And Tunstall is finally pushed out of bounds at the Grizzly 15. If this quarter ended in a 7-0 lead for Coffeeville, even if they're about to score, you without question won that first quarter. Turned them over twice, just can't really move the ball on offense, can Labette County. 1st and 10 Coffeeville at the Grizzly 14-yard line, moving right to left, ball on the left hash. 2 receivers left. 1 behind the line, heel on the 17. Here's the snap. Tunstall again with blockers in front. Gets into the second level, is dragged to the ground, spun forward, and they're going to say he was down.
Oh, Jack, what a time it would be for a fumble squirting out the hands or something for a Grizzly to fall on, as there's been some opportune moments for this defense down here turnover-wise. Hoping for another here as they face predicament of going down 13-0 heading into the second quarter.
Coffeeville snaps the ball with 1 second to go in the quarter, and they are in for a touchdown, but a flag does fly, as I believe it was Tunstall getting into the end zone as they ran up and snapped it with about half a second left on the game clock, as they could have just taken it to the end of the first quarter with 1st and goal from the 2, but they run a play with Tunstall up the gut. He gets in, but a flag is pending, and it's on Labette County.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be on Big Chris Stevens. I don't know if they're going to call it face mask or a horse collar, as he kind of grabbed Turnstall and tried to fling him back out of the end zone, which pretty smart thing to do there, is you don't want him getting in, and if you're behind him, you got to grab something or throw him back. So I think that's what the call is going to be.
Becker on to kick. It is on Labette County. Becker looking to go 2 for 2, make it 14-0. Here's the snap, bit high, it's downed, and the kick is low, line drive, and it is no good. So at the end of 1, it is Coffeeville 13, Labette County 0 from Veteran Memorial Stadium in Coffeeville, Kansas. Labette hanging around. They've turned Coffeeville over twice, but they got to move that ball, and they'll try to do that in 1 minute. This is Grizzly football.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the house gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Becker kicks it off from the 45 after the added-on Grizzly penalty. It's returned by Lawrence Holt. Still gets across the 20 to the 23, so another decent return for Labette County on special teams, but that hasn't proven to matter as Labette County's offense has struggled to get plus yardage.
Yeah. Play calling's been great tonight, Jack, and that's one thing that's never been the issue so far this year. It's just been the execution of those said plays, whether it's one guy missing a block or one thing else. It's that youth showing up on the offensive side of the ball. And it takes all 11 guys. If they do their job right, they should have no issue scoring a touch on every play. You know, if it's run perfectly and everything goes according to plan, it almost never does, but it's just been, you know, one guy, missed the block on this play. And it's in crucial parts of the play, I should say.
Jackson behind Kendall. Here's the snap. It's a direct drop back. Pressured from the left. Bit of a screen play. It's caught. Trying to get across his first tackler and doing so. Then brought down by the second is Barrett Heston. At the 30 is where they're going to mark him down. So there you go. Gain of 8 for Labette County to open the second quarter, down 13-0.
Yeah, that could have been bad as Barrett barely got off the grass with a big 65. Oh, shoot. How did I forget his name? Kanan White. My mind went blank there, folks, as Barrett managed to get it away from him and get a nice gain.
Here's the snap. Fake toss out to the right. Kendall keeps, lowers his head, and he might get the first, and he does. First down, Grizzlies, as you needed it.
Yeah.
You needed it to move the chains and try to go score, but you needed it for morale, maybe even more.
And oh, man, I know. Kendall knows me, so I'm going to say this. He needed to unhook the trailer there. He had two defenders, two defensive linemen bite on that fake toss out there to Jamal, and he had a big gap to take. He took it for a first down, but, man, that could have been so much bigger. Got to turn that 18-wheeler into a 4-wheeler.
Your analogies crack me up. I'm trying so hard not to laugh, John. As here's a give up the middle to Jamal, gains about a yard, second down and 9. Jamal will get space. There will be a play where he receives some space because it doesn't take a lot.
No, it sure does not, and you kind of saw it there a little bit there, Jack. A little bit of space. He wasn't knocked back. He actually gained about a yard. So some weather and tearing, you know, down on that tornado front, you know, starting to show a little bit. So Wayne got a little bit of a push there, Jack.
10-15 first half. Coffeeville up 13-0. Here's the snap. Run up the middle for Jamal. Again, nothing. Gain of 0. Far official being generous, getting him back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 9 for Labette County. Gotta have it. And I say if you get within 2 yards, hurry up offense, go for it.
O-line's having issues getting down the field, getting to the second level on those linebackers as they're kind of setting off. They're teeing off on Jamal as there is a little bit of room, but you're double teaming those 3 down linemen, those 3 big linemen they have. It's kind of hard as a running back if you don't have a lineman touch a linebacker down the field.
Coffeeville blitzes. Kendall pressured hard, has to throw it across his body, and it is dropped by Barrett. Would have been good. He was wide open, had to lay out for it just a touch. Kendall delivered a nice one given his situation, and Barrett wants that one back. Would have been a first for the Grizzlies.
Right there, another drive killer. He had a drop. I know Barrett made a nice play to help set up a first down, but execution, Jack, that's what we said pregame. You have to execute if you want a chance to beat these NATOs, and right now the Grizzlies are not executing.
9:30 to go in the half. Heston back at his own 20 to punt. Takes the snap, good blockage, very high kick, lands on the left side of the 50, take a backward bounce, and it's going to be down on the negative side of the 50 for Labette County at the 47. A few end of first quarter scores from around the area. At the end of one, it is Fort Scott 0, Chanute 0. Fort Scott, good team, man, I'm telling you. They are hanging with the Blue Comets. Iola 7, Girard 0. Again, these are end of first quarter scores from around the area.
Yeah, Fort Scott really does match up well with the Comets as they have size up front as well as the Comets. They're kind of they match up extremely well, Jack. It's almost the same team. I think Chanute's a little bit better, and they're going to pull away with that one. But, man, that's a good ball game if you're there watching.
We will certainly keep an eye on it as Coach Wade wants a timeout for Coffeeville, and we will take it with him. 1 minute break. This is Grizzly Football.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. Be here tomorrow.
Coffeeville really hustled up in their huddle. And I have some negative news for our radio crew. Coffeeville just scored a 45-yard rushing touchdown to the right side. Aaron Tunstall ran it in from 45 yards out. Apologize for getting to play late. I didn't really anticipate a Coffeeville touchdown, nor did I anticipate the timeout being so quick. So just like that, 19-0 Coffeeville. They're going for two. Ernie takes the snap, keeps it around the left bin, lowers his head into the end zone for the two-point conversion attempt. That'll make it 21-0 Coffeeville. Gets back for that missed PAT earlier kicked from Becker. So just to recap, for a bit of a hassle there, Aaron Tunstall, right edge rushing touchdown for 45 yards, making it 21-0 after the Ernie two-point conversion rushing attempt. For one more time this half, we'd like to thank a few sponsors for making our job possible to bring you Labette County Grizzly football. Labette Community College, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, the Bartlett Co-op, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store, Olson Ace Hardware, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris. Again, remind you as well as invite you to stay tuned for our Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show coming up here in about 9 minutes, at least of play clock that is, as that's how much time is left in the first half. 21-0 Coffeeville leads it here on their home turf. Back deep to return for Labette County for the third time this evening, Barrett Heston and Lawrence Holt. The kick is away, and it's a beauty. They could let this go into the end zone, and they do. And so that'll bring the ball out. Is it the 20 or 25? I don't know when we've had a touchback last.
It's a 20. The NFL is the only one that does the 25, which I think that one's kind of weird. So any other touchback in the NFL is to the 20-yard line. It's only on kickoffs is 25. So to answer that short, I made it complex. We get the ball at the 20-yard line.
As we do, they put it right in the middle, of course, heart of the field. Labette moving right to left. They've had, at least on that last drive, showed some signs of success, picked up a first down, had another first down that maybe should have been caught by Barrett. Tough situation for both him and Kendall, pressured from the left on that play, but Labette showed some signs of life on the last offensive series. So here we go. Jamal right behind Kendall. Lawrence in motion, cuts in front of Holtzman. Here's the snap, flip out, Kendall to Lawrence. Right side across the 20 and getting near the 25 before he's pushed out of bounds firmly. And it'll be a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6 for the Grizzlies.
There we go. Positive start to the drive. Motion Lawrence over to the right side. Throw him a little screen pass. Had some decent blocks on the outside, and that's all you need as Lawrence took the edge and got what he could.
Frontenac leads Baxter Springs 33-0 at the end of one. Another regional updated score there. 2nd and 6 for the Grizzlies. Down below us, 5 stories. Here's the snap. Kendall catches it with one hand, rolls out left, throws across his body. Caught, first down, Grizzlies. Barrett Heston across the 35. He has gotten the large volume of targets for the Grizzlies here this evening.
As he's been a big body in there in the slot, almost, I want to say kind of like a Travis Kelce. I'm not going to sit there and say, anything like that, but kind of how he's like teed off the line a little bit, kind of in a wide spot out there on the edge. Not the edge, in between the outside receiver and Kagan Bates, the true slot receiver of this team.
Moves the ball to the left hash. Holtzman rolls out right after getting the snap, throws it, caught again. Barrett Heston right side near the 45. Gain of 6, maybe 7 for the Grizzly offense yet again.
Yeah, Barrett's done a nice job. He was extending that out route nice and well. Gave Holtzman a window to throw. He didn't break to the outside too fast. Allowed Kendall to have room to put that ball out there. So they found him across the middle, found him on the outside, had him for a corner earlier. What route can Barrett not run out of that spot?
He's definitely versatile and has shown that, even if he's in a 50-50 coverage situation, he kind of has the advantage there with his
As he's
size.
wide open.
Here's a throw across the middle. Wide open is Barrett Heston, streaking out in front. 10-5 TD LC Grizzlies. Barrett Heston getting pay dirt yet again on the season. And Beef gets it done again in the end zone for the Grizzlies. Boy, he has been outstanding.
Tornadoes. Great play call by Coach Arkerbright and Coach Price as they dialed something up. It was supposed to be a rollout to the left. And Barrett just ran a streak down the field. I wonder if they saw something on film or something, but he was butt naked, wide open in the middle of the field. And it's kind of hard to miss that ball if you're Kendall. You hate yourself if you did, but he didn't, and it was a nice play.
Yeah, and Kendall didn't really throw it to be safe. He allowed Barrett to stay in stride, and that allowed Barrett, who has really gained some speed over the summer, to just streak out in front. Big kick here. Nolan Nash kicks it away, and I believe that is good, and it is for Nash. Nice high kick, end over end. Labette County now within 2 scores of Coffeeville, 21-7 after Barrett Heston pounds it in from almost 60 yards out on a pitch and catch. Big time play from Labette County's offense. They needed to respond. We'll be back in just 30 seconds. This is Grizzly Football.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the 4-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
(21-7), Labette County doing what they do best in the first half, and that is hang around. Within 2 scores are the Grizzlies after a nearly 60-yard, I don't know exactly how long it was. I would say it was about a 60-yard pitch and catch from Kendall to Barrett.
Roughly. It's maybe 55. I don't know how far off they were, but either way, touchdown Grizzlies. Brings the ball game back to a 2-possession game. You get a stop out of it.
Kept going backwards, coming around the edge to the 40 of touchdown earlier.
I want to say gunner. I don't know the kickoff positions. There's names for them, Jack.
I don't either.
Got a gunner. You got a safety. There's a wedge buster. Back in the old days, not now, but there's some stuff. There's some interesting terminology out there, Jack.
Oh, I know.
But Jamal did a nice job of tracking down the ball carrier, as if not, it would have been one-on-one with him and